Right now, I got to get Ozzie Jurek in here. Ozzie, I want to get right to it. I know that you've issued a new sell signal for a specific type of real estate. Can you elaborate for us? Give us what you're talking about.
Well, I think we have so much interest in foreign investors, and it hit the news Canada-wide. And when you could consider our farmland in BC, it's sort of a very popular investment vehicle, and we have the highest land values, and yet we're the only Western provinces that has no restrictions on farmland purchases by foreigners. In fact, Saskatchewan, as of January 1, tightened its restrictions not only on foreigners, but they passed amendments to its Farm Security Act to clarify who can and who cannot own farmland. So pension plans, administrators of pension plan assets, trust ineligible, are ineligible. Easy for me.
Ineligible. That's easy for you with your background to say. Yeah.
People say I'm the only Canadian who doesn't speak either one of the official languages. So there you go. So, but the point is that all financing now must be approved through a financial institution registered to business in Canada. And it all started when the Canadian Pension Plan bought some 115,000 acres in 2014. Anyways, in Saskatchewan, entities which are 100% Canadian-owned, are not publicly traded, can do it, but nobody else, and non-Canadian citizens can only own up to 10 acres. So fast forward to BC, we got the highest prices. We're 10 times the price in the prairies, and we don't have any restrictions. So I think it'll probably be a nice issue for the government to put into the election. So if you're an investor in BC right now and holding farmland, you might think about it very hard, because if you have fewer buyers, then maybe right now the highest prices you've seen for a while.
Well, the other thing you're just pointing out is there's a brand new risk, and that shouldn't be, we're no strangers to that. I mean, look at what the real estate market has done. You're talking about British Columbia, so let's bring it out there. Let's look what the real estate, I call it the big three. They raise the property purchase tax on anything selling over $2 million. They bring in the foreign buyers tax, and then you got the raft of new mortgage eligibility rules, and presto, it's a recipe for a very slow market in Greater Vancouver. And so we understand the possibility of a government-related risk, and as you say, they've just done this in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, and the thing is that, you can argue either way, and I could come down either way of the argument, because we also have Chinese buyers buying tens of thousands of acres near Vanderhoof and exporting the wheat there. But I'm only interested in, and my newsletter and my whole being is interested in investors in real estate. And if you're an investor, you might really want to think hard as to what you're going to do with your farmland that you have now. And so, I'm not negative on the future, but I think we will, like you said, we will probably have a down year, but overall, real estate is the place to be as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, I'm changing gears now, new subject. We're just talking with Aaron Dunn about, the new section we've got at the World Outlook on the search for yield. You'll be speaking, keynote speaking there. Just give me a couple very quick ones. What are the best suburbs that you found, and I'm talking about for investors, the kind of yield you can get?
Yeah, and at the Outlook Conference, we're going to talk about the 5 best cities in Canada and the U.S. and the 5 best suburbs, the 5 best retirement towns. Well, they might be interested to know that I don't care what happens to the market. I like New Westminster. The vacancy rate is 1%. The average two-bedroom rental income is $1,350. The average per-door cost for multifamily rentals is $154,000. We like it. Surrey we like. 1,200 people a month are coming to Surrey. Michael, we had over 50,000 people come to BC last year. That's an absolute record. I'm going to talk about that as well. But in Surrey, you can buy brand new stuff between $180 and $250 and rent it for $1,200 to $1,400. That's going to cash flow all the time. It will be a good investment.
Okay, so you're going to talk more about that at the Outlook Conference. Another one, let me throw the curveball at you, and it's just because I was reading this little story and I was thinking about you, Ozzie, about the best places to retire. Not that I'm suggesting you should retire. Give us a couple of the best places to retire in the world.
Well, we always do that at the Outlook Conference. It's a bit of fun, but it's really, really important. Look, you can go to Portugal and to Spain and get a visa, what they call a golden visa, at the same time with your property purchase of $400,000. So what a place to retire. But what we're doing this year, we not give you just the best, we also give you the cheapest. And I'll give you a teaser. For instance, if you go to Spain, we used to say Barcelona. Now we say Valencia because it's the cheapest. And we got a brand new one in Vietnam. Listen to this, $300 a month rent, $5 for a meal, $50 a month utility, and a beer is only $1. My God, go to Nha Trang in Vietnam and retire there, and it's the cheapest place.
I'm absolutely impressed that you haven't retired there already, given it's $1 beer. Ozzie, I look forward to seeing you at the World Outlook Conference. You'll be elaborating on all of that, but I love that kind of stuff. And by the way, I think if we started a GoFundMe page for me to retire, we'd raise a lot of money to get rid of me on the air. So let's keep that in mind for the Outlook too. Ozzie, go out and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Lark. Bye-bye.